In the deadly Game of Thrones, strength comes in many forms. Some wield swords, some command dragons, but others master the game with charm, elegance, and quiet ambition. She didn't need an army, she didn't breathe fire. But she almost became the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. This is the rise and fall of Margaery Tyrell. Margaery Tyrell enters the story not with a bang, but a whisper. At first glance, she's simply the beautiful wife of Renly Baratheon. Graceful, well-spoken, and seemingly compliant. But beneath her courtly smiles lies a razor-sharp mind. In a world where women are often pawns, Margaery plays her own game. And she plays it well. Born the only daughter of Mace Tyrell and Allery Hightower, she was raised in the lush lands of the Reach, where ambition grows as freely as the roses. Her grandmother, Olenna Tyrell, better known as the Queen of Thorns, instilled in her the understanding that power is not always taken by force. Sometimes it's taken by influence. Her first major move comes during the War of the Five Kings. Margaery is married off to Renly Baratheon, the youngest of the Baratheon brothers, who claims the Iron Throne. But even here, Margaery shows agency. When Renly's interests lie elsewhere, yes, we all remember Loras, she doesn't shrink in shame. Instead, she calmly offers to bring her brother in, if that's what it takes to produce an heir. That moment says everything. Margaery isn't interested in fairy tales. She's playing a long game, and she's willing to make sacrifices most wouldn't even imagine. But when Renly dies, thanks to that creepy shadow baby, does Margaery crumble? No. She shifts her allegiance immediately. With Renly gone, Petyr Baelish, Littlefinger, sees an opportunity. He brokers a marriage between Margaery and Joffrey Baratheon, the most dangerous boy king Westeros has ever known. Now, most people would run far, far away from that match. But Margaery, she sees the opportunity. Power, influence, a seat beside the Iron Throne. And once again, she adapts beautifully. She wins the hearts of the common people, handing out bread, visiting orphanages, playing the role of the benevolent queen-in-waiting. The crowd chants her name. She's everything Cersei Lannister is not. Warm, beloved, admired. And that terrifies Cersei. The real Game of Thrones isn't always fought on the battlefield. It's in the Red Keep. Behind locked doors, between two women who understand the power behind the power. Margaery and Cersei's rivalry is one of the most underrated chess matches in the show. Cersei sees a threat. Margaery sees a stepping stone. When Margaery marries Joffrey, she becomes queen, but not for long. The infamous Purple Wedding ends that reign quickly. But once again, Margaery adapts. She marries Tommen, the next boy king. That's her third royal husband, by the way. And she becomes queen again. But this time, she's smarter. She knows Cersei will never stop scheming. So she builds her own power base through the faith of the Seven. But this is where her game begins to crack. In trying to manipulate the faith for political gain, the Tyrells underestimate the true fanaticism of the High Sparrow. Cersei arms the faith militant, hoping they'll undermine Margaery, but that fire spreads quickly. It consumes them all. Margaery is arrested, so is Loras. The Tyrell name is dragged through the mud, and for the first time, Margaery loses control. Still, she doesn't break. In her prison cell, dirty and stripped of her luxuries, Margaery begins to play a new role, that of the devout believer. She pretends to be reformed. She fakes repentance. And even Cersei is fooled, for a time. But Margaery isn't tricked by faith. She knows the Sept is a trap. In the finale of Season 6, the Sept of Baelor is filled with nobility. The trial of Loras Tyrell is underway. The High Sparrow is in control. But Margaery senses it. Something is wrong. Cersei isn't there. "She's not coming," Margaery whispers. "She's not coming because she's not on trial." Her instincts were right. Cersei had planned everything, and in a matter of moments, wildfire engulfs the September. The faith, the Tyrells, the nobility, all destroyed. Margaery's brilliant political climb ends not in victory, but in flames. Margaery Tyrell is a fascinating character because she's proof that political power in Westeros isn't reserved for those with swords or dragons. She's cunning, but not cruel. Ambitious, but not reckless. And unlike Cersei, she seeks power not through fear, but through love. In the books, Margaery's character is even more enigmatic. George R.R. Martin leaves a lot unsaid. We never get a POV chapter from her, which means we always see her through the lens of others. Cersei thinks she's a manipulative seductress. The Tyrells see her as a rising star. The small folk love her as their generous queen. But who is the real Margaery Tyrell? We may never fully know, and that's what makes her so dangerous. She never raised a sword. She never cast a spell. Yet she came closer to ruling Westeros than most. She understood what so many others missed. Power resides where people believe it resides. And for a while, all of Westeros believed in her. In the end, Margaery's death wasn't just the fall of a queen, it was the fall of House Tyrell. With Loras dead, Mace gone, and Olenna soon to be poisoned, the proud Rose of the Reach was snuffed out. Yet her legacy lingers. Margaery showed us a different kind of power. She made us believe that politics could be played with empathy, with diplomacy, with grace. In a world that rewards brutality, she dared to be beloved. And in doing so, she changed the game, if only for a moment. Margaery Tyrell didn't win the Game of Thrones, but she played it beautifully. What do you think about Margaery's legacy? Was she a true queen at heart, or just another player lost in the game? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more character breakdowns from the world of Game of Thrones. Until next time, Valar Morghulis.